Welcome to my tarot card reading for the month of December 2014. This is a general reading for December related with finances, politics, and economics around the world. Let's start immediately with the opening of the tarot cards, and we have Obatala, we have the Sun, and we have Oba. And first of all, Obatala, that is related with peace, and then we have two cards that are related, that are upside down, what we call Osogbo, obstacles, difficulties, and challenges related with world peace, if we can call it like that. So we're going to see a lot of obstacles, threats that are going to hold back any movement that is pro-peace and against war, simply put. But at the same time, we have to remember that the Sun, for me, represents the Trimurti. When it's upright, it means Brahma, and when it's upside down, for me, it means Shiva. Shiva, the destroyer, the ones that bring changes, constant changes, in order to bring forward something new, something different, something similar to Scorpio. Then we have Oba, that the story, one of the story, shows her running away from a situation after what she did. She decides to hide herself and seclude herself from anyone. Okay? She's embarrassed, so she doesn't want to be seen by anyone. I think that anyone can relate with this feeling. And therefore, we have to then analyze this. This could mean that there is a possibility, listen what I'm saying, a possibility of talks of ending sanctions and anything that is similar to protectionism, and that includes currency wars. Listen to what I said, the possibility. Now, we have a Batala here that is giving the back to this, which means one thing, that nations are going to turn a blind eye to sanctions and protectionism, and they will walk away thinking that this is what is going to bring world peace, if we can call it like that. Okay? That's what it could mean. Or it could mean that in order to bring world peace, they are going to end sanctions and protectionism. In my experience, that's not going to happen. So it's the first thing that I said. But let's keep this in mind while we see the rest of the reading. Okay? Because this is the opening. It's giving us an idea of what is going to be happening, what is going to manifest during this time of the year. Okay? Okay, we have the rest of the reading here. We have the second part. We have here the Prince of Wand or Staff, or the Page of Wand, the King of Swords, Aquarius, the Crown, Uranus, Saturn, and then we have Jupiter and the North Node with Sagittarius Chariot. We have to notice something very interesting. Saturn is seen as the master, the teacher, the professor of the zodiac. He's here to teach us a lesson. Then Uranus is all about civil rights, human rights. It's about wars, civil wars, I forgot the other word that I'm looking in English, but it's along that line. And then Jupiter is said that is the planet where all the ascended masters are located. True or not, I don't know, but that's what they say. And Sagittarius is about also spirituality, religion, and the law. Therefore, the aspect of civil rights, human rights, is going to be heavily emphasized during this time of the year, during December. Some way, somehow, nations, countries, governments if it is possible, are going to start realizing many things, and the people are going to start walking. There is going to be more protest, more civil wars, if you can call it like that, upheaval, etc., etc. But they're very closely related with human rights, civil rights, okay? And those civil rights are closely related with sanctions and protectionism. So we have to pay close attention what it means. Does it mean what is going on in the Middle East between Israel, Palestine, etc., etc., are going to create a big wave of protest, and what the politicians are going to do about it? That's a possible tendency. We could also look at into Russia, what is going on with this protectionism and all this kind of stuff. Is there going to be a turn of events where people are going to start marching against these sanctions? We have to pay attention to all this kind of stuff, because there's going to be more upheavals, more wars, civil wars, whatever you want to call it, but all of them are closely related with civil rights and human rights. And shamefully, religion is going to be also involved in all this kind of stuff and this kind of situation as we have it nowadays. Okay, so this is the dynamic that we have so far for December 2014. And like I said for my video in Spanish, there's something related with a boat, a vessel, whatever you want to call it, a yacht, whatever you want to call it. It's related with sinking or something like that. It's between December 21st to December 25th, 26th. Something related with a boat is going to be also the main topic during this time of the year. Okay? Okay, we have the rest of the reading here. So let's pay close attention what the tarot cards are saying here. For the first trimester, the first week of December 2014, what we have here is mediocre. That's technically what it means, mediocre. So performance, financial performance, economic political performance is going to be, the first week is going to be very mediocre. Things are not going to be as planned, as thought. Things are not going to be that well. Mediocre. Okay, so we should be expecting anything related with the stock market, etc., etc., to be on the mediocre performance. Here, for the second week of December 2014, what we have is very simple. First, this is related with Leo. So it's about trying to maintain things unchangeable. We could see it that way. We could also have to, we should pay attention to anyone that is a politician and a woman. That means that our attention for the second week of December must be drawn to Angela Merkel, the President of Argentina, Hillary Clinton, Elizabeth Warren, and maybe other women that have political influence or important roles within the government or the justice system. Okay, we have to pay attention because this week is all about them. Okay. Leo is related with creativity and also the children, which in this case would be the people, the nation, but more specifically the young people, the youth. So we have also to pay attention. The creativity is all about creating new ways to solve problems. That's simply put. And then obviously youth, universities. So we have to pay attention to that. We have here the Ten of Swords. This is how I can use the word. We don't need a lot of words to describe how it feels. Look at the sky, which is black. Look at this guy with so many swords on his back. That gives you an idea of how it's going to feel like during the third week of December for everyone around the world. So we have to pay attention of what is going to happen financially, economically. That it seems that it's not going to be good news. Politically, not good news. Okay? So we have to pay attention to places like Italy, Argentina, how everything is going to manifest. That is going to be like a really big, heavy load that is going to crush the back of everyone in the country or around the world. Then we have the last week of December. The last week of December is related with the Magician. The Magician is all about solving problems. Let's put it like that. It's about solving problems. The solution is right there. So it's about trying to find or figure out ways of how to solve problems. Okay? Now, when we put these cards as vertical and horizontal lines, this is what we have. In a horizontal line, we have the Magician and the Queen of Wands, letting us know that there is going to be, or they're going to try to find creative ways of solving the problem, the mess that we are. And this is something that has been happening for quite a few years since the Great Recession started. And it seems like countries once again, they're going to find themselves trying to solve more problems along the way, especially during December. Also, we're going to find breakthroughs during this time of the year related with medicine and technology. Okay, so a lot of news related with new advances in medicine and technology are going to be the order of the day during the month of December. The horizontal line and then the vertical line, we have the Ten of Swords with the Three of Coins or Pentacles. So in other words, what we're going to see is a mediocre performance in Wall Street, in every stock exchange. So we have to pay attention carefully around the world what is going to happen, because it seems to be a very poor performance to the point that many economies are going to be in awe. They're going to have their jaw quite open because they were not expecting this. So Christmas performance, economic performance, it seems to be very, very poor during this time of the year. Okay? Now, the existential vortex, or how I call it, we have the Pope and we have the Six of Cups. This is about getting independence from something that is related with economy and finances, debt in this case. So let's pay close attention to what is going around the world, because there's going to be an independence. Could it mean that more nations are going to start walking away from the dollar, US dollar? Highly probable. Does it mean that many countries are going to try to get rid of the IMF debt? Highly probable. And the Fed, the Federal Reserve, we also have to pay attention to it, because this is going to be something also big in the United States. The Federal Reserve also is going to make the news during December 2014. Okay, so let's pay attention. Titanic, something related with Titanic, the word Titanic. So just keep that in mind. We have here what I call the trilogy. The trilogy is composed with the Magician, and the Ace of Pentacles with the the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is all about protection, and it's very obvious. Look at the person. This guy is protecting his heart chakra or the solar plexus, and he's giving the back to the cups, emotions and feelings. It's about protectionism. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, that is all about changes. And then Magician, that is about, like I said, finding ways to solve problems. So obviously, this is all about creating new laws that bring more protectionism and more sanctions. And that's why at the beginning, in the opening, I said that I'm more inclined that there's not going to be any change related with protectionism, sanctions, etc., etc. There's not going to be any change. The changes are going to be in favor of more sanctions and protectionism. Now, when we look at this card, the Judgment card, which is next to this, is letting us know that there's going to be changes, but these changes are going to be very mediocre. Nothing really great. There's going to be probably a change of mind where people will be opening their eyes to reality of the mediocre performance of politics, governments, and finances. Then we have here the High Priestess, which is next to the Ten of Swords. And here we have the Priestess is for me, is a very mysterious tarot card. It's all about subconscious, unconscious, or it could be the collective consciousness. It's about mystery, emotions. But then we have here a card that is closely related with suffering. So we could say that during the month of December, there's going to be a very overwhelming experience for many humans around the world, financially, economically, politically. It's going to be very overwhelming, collectively speaking. Okay, that's the kind of situation that we're going to start seeing during the month of December 2014. Okay, here we have the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and Saint Martin, the Squire of Page of Swords. Here, he means when you do charity, when you help someone, a fellow human. Remember that I said that the tarot card reading for this month is all about civil rights, humanitarian aid, human rights, etc., etc. Right? And then here we have the Eight of Swords. We see a man that is giving the back to this, that is no human rights, no civil rights. In other words, people are giving the back to this kind of cruelty. They're asking for humanitarian aid. They're pro-rights, pro-human rights, pro-civil rights. Okay? But notice that this person is changed. They cannot do much. And then we have the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Swords is looking at the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is all about finding our purpose, our way, finding our north. But the person is just contemplating because has been changed. So the hands are tied. We have to pay attention to what is going around the world, because what it is saying is that humanitarian aid and civil rights, human rights, some way, somehow, they're going to be held back. It's going to be very difficult. So we have to figure out, pay attention on how Israel is going to block humanitarian aid for Palestine. How many other nations like Europe are going to block anything by means of sanctions against Russia. We have to pay attention, because it seems like even if the nations, the people, are clamoring for human rights, civil rights, and all this kind of stuff, some way, somehow, the governments, they managed to hold back all this movement. Okay? How they do it, we have to pay attention how they're going to do it. But some way, somehow, this help will not make its way to the people that were meant to. Okay? That's the kind of dynamic that we're going to start seeing during the month of December. Okay? I hope that all this can help you out. And till the next time.